Hi, my name is Ryan Landel. This is my wife, Katie Landel. We've been coming to Liberty here for about 2 years now. We have two little children, Ryder, who's 2 years old, and Hayden, who's 5 years old.
Well, I'm Cash Feldkamp. I really started coming a few months ago, like consistently. And then that's sort of like when I made this like the church that I would attend regularly.
So my name is Anne, and I've been coming to Liberty for almost 3 months now. And the reason why I went to Liberty is because of this book right here. And what this book is about is 7 essential steps of following Jesus. And on chapter 3 is about water baptism. And at the end of the book, it talks about if you haven't yet been baptized, reach out to your local church and schedule a baptism. And at that point, I was actually searching for a church, but I didn't know which church to go to. Literally, the moment that I read that sentence, I immediately remember, oh, Liberty Baptist Church, like, let me go to that one. And I actually looked you guys up on Instagram, and it was the day of like where all the groups were also being set up so you can sign up to be a part of them. And so they were like, it's a great day for you to come and like, you know, get a feel of how the church and what the group has and everything. So I went, sat right over there by myself. I went outside and signed up for like the young adults group. I signed up for the woman Bible study and like just everything. I dove all in like the first Sunday.
So my name is Blake Pollock. I've been attending Liberty Baptist for about 6 years. My children have been in Newport Christian for about the same amount of time. And I really look forward to getting baptized on Sunday.
My name is Cruz, and I've been going to Liberty Baptist Church for 2 years.
So my name is Roman Grigorovich. I'm Ukrainian, and I with Liberty like about 3 months. My child is actually taking the first grade class since September.
I'm Brianna Isbambrietta, and I've been coming to this church for a good few months with my sister Raylene.
My name is Jürgen Feldkamp. I'm in 6th grade, and I've been going to NCS for 3 years. I went to the church on Sunday, and I heard Pastor Thompson speak, and it was just about being saved. And I didn't know what that was. Later in that evening, I prayed to God asking for salvation.
Would have come sooner probably, but I worked on Sundays. So it was impossible for me to make it to church. Probably wouldn't have done it without Mr. Outgoing Steve. Just the way he talked about the pastors and the different people and their testimonies with being here. He talked a lot about the congregation as a whole being a family and friends, and everybody's, you know, always willing to step up and be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Throughout for about a few years, then through high school, kind of fell out in and out of church. Always believed in God, always believed in Jesus, always knew he was my Lord and Savior. Just really practicing, not until about 12 years ago again is when I rededicated my life to the Lord.
I didn't expect to came to a church, to be honest. I wish to, and I want to participate into my son's education, because his part of education is supposed to be learning the Bible, religion, coming to become a Christian, right? So I think it was just my wife. She told me that gonna something happen, and now let's came you working on the Bibles for Ukraine, for my country, and it was absolutely unexpected. I didn't expect to see something for Ukraine. What is going on here? So that's how I started to see people, started to meet people, right? I accepted Jesus as my savior in a Starbucks with Pastor Mike.
We're introduced to Liberty through Greg Glogow, who is one of the partners in the company I work for. Greg had talked about, you know, how he was saved here and how amazing this church is, and you know, started talking about the school with us. At that point, I hadn't had a relationship with, you know, God or a church in probably 30 years. You know, about 2.5 years ago, our son Ryder was born. And 2 weeks after he was born, he contracted a virus called parechovirus, which turned in meningitis and encephalitis. But I'll never forget Greg texting me every day, making sure everything's okay. And he was letting us know that his church, Liberty, was praying for us. And, shortly after that, we decided that we needed to come to this place that was praying for us. We've always felt, Liberty was a home for us even before we stepped foot here. With everybody praying for us, we felt that this was the right place for us.
What really brought us back here is not only through Ryder, but also the fact that I actually grew up on this campus when it was Mariners Christian School. And for it to come full circle like that, to then kind of be brought back home and then now have our kids here and just be back here in general just is kind of a beautiful thing. And I don't know how else to describe that except for God bringing us back.
The first day we came, Pastor Doug was the first person to meet us, and what an amazing guy. And got to know Pastor Mike too. And those guys have really helped me along with my journey in understanding, who Jesus is, helping me, make that decision for myself, and that, Jesus is my Lord and Savior.
I'll never forget driving home from the night of Jingle Mingle. And after this, just like beautiful, from the heart amazingness with Jen and her story and how it so closely matched up with mine, I just broke down in tears completely on the way home and was just like, instead of feeling like I was always at that 85% with God, it was like that last 15% I finally just let go and surrendered. And just right then and there, I was like, that was it for me.
Last year, I got saved. Just chose to get saved with my parents in the night. My favorite thing in NCS has been getting to know my friends in my classroom.
I think I found this is exactly what the Bible and Jesus stand for, and this is the way that I want to follow. And I think that was unique and special because it wasn't something that I had to adjust my life to. It was something that I really wanted to follow. And I know I have the church community as well, like RJ here, and then when I'm going to on Sundays and I see the people I know, and it's like it's so beautiful to see everyone at one place and you're all there for the same purpose. I'm getting baptized because I want everyone to know that I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I think it being like a public thing is important because it shows you're not afraid of your faith and that you're proud of it.
With Natalie, she and I spoke, I think, the second week of church, and I had asked her, I was like, hey, I'm looking to get water baptized. And she was like, oh, do you know about salvations first, the step of salvation before getting baptized? And then I was like, no, I actually don't know about that. And so she helped me say the prayer to accept Jesus into my life. And so here I am now, just continuing to build my relationship with him in that way.
I decided to believe in Jesus because when I kind of was thinking about different religions and stuff, and then I came across the Bible and stuff. So I started reading it because Jesus died on the cross for everybody, even the people who don't follow him. He still loves you, and I think that's a really cool thing. How Jesus died for everybody, even the people who do bad things. He gives everybody a second chance at life.
The reason why I'm getting baptized is I think God has always put it in my heart to get baptized, but I just didn't know the full extent of the meaning of it. And after reading the chapter 3 in this book, I just felt like it just feels right to follow Christ and to, when you give your life to Christ, not saying you get baptized and you're fully going to heaven, but it's that declaration of I'm resting in his plan, and I'm resting and trusting and surrendering what he has for me in this life. And it's just taking that initial step to do it.
I feel like this is sounds right to me. Just this is how it's, because it came from me. It's not from my parents' choice, it's my personal choice. I want to be baptized.
First time I was very young, very young, probably 9, 8, 9. And I did it at that time because I thought it was the right thing to do. I didn't really understand. So I guess coming back to the church and finding a place that I actually want to be a part of just leads me to reaffirming my faith and my path.
Know that I've given my heart and my soul and my spirit to the Lord, and share that promise with Him and accept that promise from Him, that He is in me and He is working through me and His love is in me.
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
I'm getting baptized because I want to show everybody that I'm a child of God.
I've been wanting to get baptized for a while. I think I reached a point in my life where I was at that 85% and I finally made it to that 100, and it's my way of kind of solidifying that, not only for myself, but for my family and my friends and my church and community. And
I'm getting baptized mainly for myself and for my family, just to show a commitment of faith in Jesus Christ.